We talked a little bit about Ryan Tannehill yesterday, while the Titans have essentially committed to Tannehill for the next year. They're still meeting with some of the top quarterbacks at the Combine. There's a lot of quarterback intrigue here for this team over the next few weeks. How should the Titans approach Tannehill and all of these quarterbacks in the draft? Not that it's a very strong quarterback draft class, Steve.
Allegedly, it's not.
So, this always kills me, right? Oh, the Titans have met with some of the quarterbacks. Look, every team is doing their due diligence. If Mike Trout was a free agent right now, the Orioles would meet with him. Is Mike Trout going to the Orioles? No, he's not. All the teams are doing their due diligence on what they should be doing. The Titans have way more glaring holes on their team than quarterback. They need quarterbacks. First and foremost, there was no problem going downfield against the Titans through the air. They need linebackers. They need defensive help all around. Is quarterback an area that maybe they can address later in the draft? Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with doing that. But for them to go out and draft a quarterback in the first round, that would be egregious. They absolutely cannot afford to do that. They need to upgrade in so many other spots. How about even maybe a wide receiver? All these guys are breaking records at the 40-yard dash. All these speedy wide receivers that are going this year. There's so many other positions they need to address. Tannehill is obviously not the long-term answer, but he's fine in the short term. They should not be drafting a quarterback in the first round.
Yeah, whoever is controlling the 40-yard dash clock there at the Combine was hammering the unders this year. There's no doubt about that. Pearce, if they take a quarterback in the first round, should they trade up to get the best guy? I mean, because a lot of these dudes are going to slip to them.
I don't think anyone is going to slip. I believe that this quarterback class is just going to get hyped up more and more and more, and you're going to have to pay up for them. I'm not sure if that's the route to go, but I do believe that they need to get rid of Tannehill. I mean, you put the Colts side by side with the Titans, these teams are very similar. And what do we say about the Colts? They're not going anywhere with Carson Wentz. Well, maybe the Titans make it to the playoffs with Tannehill, but like we said all last season, they weren't going anywhere in the playoffs, and they didn't. And the same thing's going to happen. So you might as well move him now, move him while his value is at its highest. We've been talking about the supply of quarterbacks being low, the demand is high. You're never going to get a better asking price right now. I don't know if you're going to get a second round or a first round pick for him, but you can get something for him. And what I would really be targeting is Tyler Huntley. Why are we not talking more about Tyler Huntley? I think he could be a starting quarterback. He's definitely more ready to go than anybody in the draft. He's better than any of these free agents. I don't know how you work that deal. You have to work in some other teams, but the Titans and other teams should be looking at Baltimore's backup.
All right, Geoff, is Tannehill going to be in this Jimmy Garoppolo type spot this year if they go with the quarterback in the first round too?
Yeah, I mean, they could be. I mean, he will be if they do end up going through the draft, right? I mean, if they end up breaking Steve's heart and taking a quarterback in the first round or even in the second round, I mean, I think it will be that kind of spot for Tannehill. I mean, look, we mentioned some of the players out there. Desmond Ridder tested really well. Maybe they look at Malik Willis and just try and get a ton of athleticism and just try and hammer teams with the run with Henry and Willis back there. But I think Pearce is actually right. I mean, I think the Titans are a pretty solid team. Maybe they have a few holes on defense, but their defense really toughened up last year. And look, they were the number 1 seed in the AFC. This team isn't that far off, but none of these rookie quarterbacks. Are you telling me the Titans are going to draft a rookie and then just start him over Ryan Tannehill? The 49ers picked a guy in the top 5 last year and didn't even do that. So there's no way any of these draft picks are coming in and just replacing Ryan Tannehill. If you want to replace Ryan Tannehill, Pearce is correct. You need to go on the free agent market. Tyler Huntley, Mitch Trubisky. People can laugh all they want. Both of those players have better upside than Ryan Tannehill. And if you can somehow, construct their career or just get more potential out of them, they will probably have a better chance of dragging the Titans a step further in the playoffs. So I like that idea too, but the real answer is there's no easy options for the Titans unless they're going to make a play for Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers. They're probably just stuck with going with Tannehill, maybe making a gamble in the draft and seeing how that works out.
Jeff.
Yes.
You mentioned Mitch Trubisky and upside in the same sentence. Was that on purpose?
There'll be no Mitch Trubisky slander while I'm on the show.
Oh my God. This isn't Madden, bro. This isn't Madden Mitch we're talking about where you can just run for 100 yards a game. This is real life, Jeff.